Intro music, Chris. Intro
Yeah.
music.
Do. Oh wait, that's not this. All right. All right. We are live. All the people that just joined are probably, uh-oh, we lost the video of. Okay, we're supposed to be live with Brady and Todd Ascherien. We just lost their visual. There it comes back. Give it a minute. All right.
We're on our screen.
There he is. Okay, I hear you. So here it is, 20 laps with Todd Ascherien and Brady Ascherien. So welcome, guys. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to go well if they can't even answer that question.
I didn't hear no question.
I said, how is it going tonight?
Lovely.
There we go.
We'll start off. We talked in the green room about it. Todd, you run the Team Green #7 Grand National. Little different type of race car. You've been doing this a long time. Give us a rundown of how your season's been going.
They froze. Oh, no.
Yeah,
We heard a little bit. Where'd you go?
Chris, why don't you take us off live? We're going to go back in the green room and see if we can resolve these connectivity issues.
Okay, hold on. Oh. I think he's walking into somewhere where there might be better connection. Is that what you're doing, Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
And the video is better too.
Yeah.
Well, I think the question was how I got started.
Yep.
How's the season going?
Yeah, that was the first one. But well, yeah, he's good too.
Todd, you've been running for quite a while. You've run a couple different classes over your career. Tell us how you did get started and how you ended up into the Grand National class.
Well, my dad always helped guys on race cars and pretty much started building cars in the middle 80s and stuff like that. So racing was always something we did on Friday nights at Columbus, more or less. And then the Dodge County Fairgrounds started with racing. He always helped out with that. So 1992 was my first year of racing. And I kind of gave my mom the ultimatum of either I get a motorcycle crotch rocket or I get a race car. So she decided that race car was more safer, I guess. So we started in 92, racing a hobby stock. And then we raced that for a couple years. And then IMCA stock cars came about at the Dodge County Fairgrounds. Moved into that division. And I raced that division, I think, for 4, maybe 5 years. And I think 1997, I moved to modified. I went to the modified A-mods, whatever. And we raced at the fairgrounds primarily to about 2004. And then the fairgrounds was kind of dying down. The raceway was kind of, up and coming again. I think in 2004, I started racing modifieds at Beaver Dam Raceway. And we raced them for, I don't know, probably to about about 2006 or 2007, and then I switched over to the Grand National. It's just more or less the cost of the modified. I was looking to update, and the cost was getting up there, so I was like, well, the Grand National's always, bodied cars always, I still like watching bodied cars more so than the open wheel stuff, so it kind of was appealing to me, and that was more fun to do. So I gave it a try, and now we've been doing that for the last, from about 2007 and 4 right up to now, so it's a good time.
Todd, whatever you're holding, I think you're putting your finger over the microphone part so we can barely hear you. So just adjust how you're holding it, and then that might help.
Yeah. I don't think so.
There you go.
Okay.
Todd, your Grand National is a little bit unique. I know you guys went a different direction a couple of years ago, and you guys have trying to do something outside the norm. Tell the casual, the race fan who doesn't see underneath the body what's going on with that number 7 machine.
Well, the Grand Nationals are usually more or less home built chassis. There is people like Ken Richards, Outlaw chassis. I think it's Mark Petrie, stuff like that. So I always try to do something a little bit different than everybody else. I guess that's my stubbornness. So we went a different direction, and we contacted a manufacturer that primarily builds IMCA stock cars and had them try to incorporate a Grand National into one of their chassis, so to speak. It's been a bigger learning curve than we thought it would be. We thought this would be much more easier, and we really have struggled. We haven't got the car where we need it yet, and but every week we seem to get it a little bit better, a little bit faster.
The Grand Nationals, that class is pretty loaded with talent, so even though you moved from the modifieds into it, which the modified class has a whole nother stratosphere up there. But the Grand Nationals are loaded with talented drivers and really good equipment as well. So it's a tough class. But generally the guys in it race each other fairly clean, and put on some pretty good racing. And you've been numbered among those that are one of the best out there in that Grand National class.
Like myself and Roger Lee, Tommy Moore, Aaron Strablo, we've been racing that division for at least the last 7, 8, 9 years for sure, and we have a lot of respect for each other, and stuff like that. We rate each other hard, but at the end of the night, we can still talk to each other and joke around about stuff, and stuff like that. And the Schumachers are also they're very talented, very good, and stuff like that. So it's a very good class. It's very tough because there is, if you added myself, Aaron, Roger, there's probably 100 years experience right there between all of us and stuff like that. So sometimes I feel like that's why sometimes some younger people don't come into our division, because you are going to go up against some really tough competition and some of the best in the state.
Yeah, Beaver Dam is blessed with some of the Grand National guys who are some of the best out there that raced on a weekly basis. And also you had mentioned Roger Lee. Roger up for nomination for the Hall of Fame, which I believe the balloting ends the 17th. I believe it's Saturday. So I'll give a plug out there now. One of the guys that races at Beaver Dam, that would be Roger. You've been in other classes. Your son is now getting involved. At what point are we going to see you stepping back, or are we going to see eventually is the plan to have 2 Team Green stock cars or 2 Team Green Grand Nationals?
It would be fun to do. And don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think when he steps up, I think I need to step back just to be able to help him more and get going. But we'll see how that goes. I do have a bunch of good guys that do help me. So working on 2 cars won't be terrible, but it still will be a lot to do and that stuff. But he thinks he's going to do a legend first and then try to work his way up. So I'll be pretty old by the time he gets to a Grand National. I think I might be in a wheelchair by then.
At this juncture, then we'll segue over and we'll kind of leave you go off the hook. Brady Ascherien, for those folks that come out and come to the Tuesday night karting program, you get to see Brady there piloting the Team Green number 7 kart. Welcome, Brady.
Hi.
Hi.
Brady, tell the race fans about your karting programming experience.
Yeah, definitely something new. I mean, it was really random to kind of get into most kart because I was just doing what a kid normally does, and we probably would have came home with the kart a year earlier, but my parents didn't want to take me to watch some of the races. They knew we would have been home with one of them, so.
So, Brady, on a typical Tuesday night, and I know you've been running some tracks beyond Beaver Dam because where the Tuesday programs have been getting hammered as far as rain and some issues with the COVID. We lost some races, but you know, every time I've gotten to see you, you've really been super competitive in that kart this year. And last year, I believe, was your rookie season, that you were first getting started in that. So you seem to have picked that up quite quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised as to how quick I was able to learn and grow into that sport. And
Who's really helping you on the kart? Who's spinning the wrenches and making the chassis decisions, or is it all you?
we have a buddy named Justin who helps out my dad, and then the people who we got the kart from, we take it out to them sometimes to see if, because they're the ones who know kart more, so we think they can help us out if we ever have a problem or two.
And Brady, how old are you?
I'm 11 and a half, and turning 12 in September.
And your dad talked eventually you'd like to move on up into the legend class?
Yeah, ever since I started watching him, I'd always watch the other classes race, and I always thought that would be a better one to move into. It's not like jumping into like a really fast like street stock or something.
And I'm assuming you'd spend a couple of years in the legends. What's your dream class? You know, Brady Ascherien, age 22, and a fistful of money. Where do you want to go with your racing career?
I might go into a Grand National. I kind of might want to go into a Grand National if I can. But yeah.
So anytime Dad's ready to hang the gloves up, you're ready to take over?
Yep. Yeah.
And Mom's all good with this, right?
Yeah.
Next question will be for Todd. As a dad, how stressful is it watching your son out there hustling that cart along at speed?
Hold on. Yeah.
He ran away.
A lot of experience was over.
lost our guest, Chris.
I know. Well, you said that was it for him.
Gary's back.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm back. So it's been a lot of fun. Working in the shop together and stuff like that, working on broker. We get a lot of time together. We probably get a little bit more heated discussions once in a while than most parents and sons do, but it's more, it's not bad, but I mean, it's more trying to understand each other, what we need to get out of each other and stuff like that.
The challenge I always see from dads and either sons or daughters as they get into karting and then progress on is to learn that level of respect and also to understand you're still trying to get to the front and be the best. But also the thing that the dads are looking to me is the amount of pride they have in watching their children win. I'm sure that feeling's got to be the same for you as well.
Sometimes I think it's more even than even myself winning and stuff like that. We had started out in racing RC cars about 4 years ago, and just to win an amateur feature in the amateur class for RC cars was overwhelming. You know, you're pretty dang proud that he was able to accomplish that and stuff like that. So we've gotten some heat race wins. We've been kind of close at some features, but I know that first feature win will be very special.
So you just mentioned the RC racing. Where do you do that?
We did that over at Attitude RC track over Waupun. Aaron Strabo runs that and does a really good job. They race on Sunday afternoons, and it's every so often throughout the summer and stuff like that. Haven't done it this summer because we did it last summer, and so we raced Friday night at Cecil. I'll race Saturday at Beaver. We'd be in Waupun on Sunday for our racing. Monday be baseball. Tuesday was go-kart racing. It just got to be too much, so we had to scale something back. So the RC car kind of went on the back burner for now.
The one question I ask everybody is, so why the number 7?
Way back in the day, you can have duplicate numbers. You know, so like if somebody already had a number you wanted, you couldn't have that number and that stuff. So having a single digit number I really wanted, and 7's easy to make out of duct tape, you know. But also, joke aside that, I always was an Alan Clee fan. So when he started racing NASCAR and stuff like that, NASCAR was getting very popular back then. It kind of stopped with the family.
And I assume that's a tradition Brady will carry forward when he moves on into this next race car.
We hope so. He didn't have a choice on the go-kart mod. Just said he was going to be 7.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chris, any other questions for Team Green off the internet connection?
No, some people are watching it on TV. Jean Brewer says she's watching it on TV. Dee Dee says awesome job. But that's about it. Nobody's really asked anything.
And Todd, I assume you'll have that 7 on display Saturday night up for Fan Appreciation Night. And honestly, wouldn't be surprised if you saw the Team Green cart up there on the hill on display as well.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring that along. If we can get more exposure for that Tuesday night program, you know, just to have that cart there and other kids can see it, and hopefully we can get more people involved. That's where our future is going to come from. It's go-karting, and so we can get them started and kind of get them going. Hopefully Beaver Dam Raceways for another 100 years.
Awesome. I always say that's one of the best kept secrets in Dodge County is the karting program at Beaver Dam, and how cool that is to bring that next generation of racer up.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And I just got reminded of this on Facebook. I was going to ask this anyways. Recently, I've seen you've acquired a special talent with basketball.
Yep, I'm very good at that. I'll bring the basketball tonight. You can try it.
So if I saw the video right, you put a beer bottle on top of the basketball and you bounce it, and then you catch the beer bottle. See, he's even more talented than just a driver. You can bounce a beer bottle off a basketball.
We'll have to do that after the last feature this Saturday, Chris. You can shoot the video, and that will be your intro for next week.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for the 20 laps with Chris and Jerry. Thanks, Brady. Make sure I'm going to post something on Facebook too. Anybody in the karting program that wants to come out and put their kart on top of the hill for Fan Appreciation Night, they're more than welcome to. I forgot to say that in the driver meeting. So yeah, whoever wants to bring their karts out, it's a fan appreciation for everybody. So
don't forget to stop up, visit Todd and Brady Ascherien over at Team Green.
Yep.
One of the great local teams and the great local stories, the success that they've had over the years, and great to see that next generation coming up.
Yeah. So thanks again, guys. I hope it wasn't too terrible. Yeah. All right. Have a good night, guys.